When searching library databases, the terminology you use is important. Databases are not like Google, which will pull up millions of results, only some of which are relevant, no matter what search terms you use. To search effectively in library databases, you need to have a small group of specific terms or phrases to plug into the database. There are two main strategies for searching in databases, using either keywords or subject terms. Keywords are any significant words or phrases you can use to describe your topic. This is usually the system default in library databases. Subject terms are the specific language or terminology determined by the database to describe a topic. These are the terms databases use to sort and locate articles. Using these is kind of like using the index at the back of a book. So, when should you use keywords versus subject terms? Searching by keyword searches the full text of articles, including the title, for your chosen search terms, and returns any results that contain those terms. Keyword searches are flexible and are a great place to start if you are beginning searching and want to get familiar with your topic. However, you will often get many irrelevant results, since your keyword search terms may appear in a variety of articles about different topics. Subject terms are better if you want only relevant articles specific to your topic. You will typically get more relevant results when using subject terms. That's because it is a controlled vocabulary for an entire topic, including any synonyms in a single search, and only returning results that have been tagged with the subject term. For example, if you are researching mental illness, the designated subject term in the database CINAHL Complete is actually mental disorders. Though this might not be the first term you think of, it is useful because it will pull up articles that have been tagged with mental illness or even specific types of mental illness, such as bipolar disorder and PTSD. By using the designated search term, you get all the results in a database related to your topic, even if the authors used different terminology. Within the CINAHL Complete database, selecting the subject term mental disorders will cover a variety of related terms, including adjustment disorders, neurotic disorders, and more. You also have the ability to narrow the subject term to a specific subheading, like diagnosis of mental disorders or familial and genetic mental disorders. Though subject terms are extremely useful, they aren't always easy to use, and they won't be something you automatically know. They also differ from database to database. As you can see here, within Academic Search Premier, the subject term is mental illness, rather than mental disorders. So, before you begin searching by subject term, you need to find the correct term. Click on the subject term to see related terms. Here you will see broader, more generic terms, and narrower, more specific terms, as well as related terms. Let's say you found an article that you liked after searching with a keyword search in CINAHL Complete, using the term mental illness, and you want to find the subject terms for that topic. Within an EBSCO database like CINAHL Complete or Academic Search Premier, you can find subject terms on an article's record page under Subjects or Major Subjects. Once you know your subject terms, you can enter them into the search bar at the top of the page, then select SU Subject Terms from the drop-down menu to the right of the search. If you have any questions about using subject terms or keywords, remember you can always ask a librarian.